Flip the switch, light the fire, ideas spinning higher, higher. Testing melting shapes take form. Welcome to the stream, doing 3D and laser dream. Cut it, carve it, build the same. Welcome to the lines of code, sparks that fly, layers stacking, reaching sky. Mistakes happen, we don't cry. We learn, we teach, we play. Together every day. Welcome to the stream, doing 3D and laser dream. Cut it, carve it, build the same. Welcome to the What will we make today? What will the lasers say? Engraving shadows bright, crafting through the Welcome to the stream, doing 3D and laser dream. Cut it, carve it, build the same. Welcome to the
There we go. Now I should have audio. Helps when I unmute the mic. Let's see. There we go. Now we have audio. How is everybody this afternoon, this evening? Hello, hello. Now, tell me, guys, was the stream scheduled on YouTube? I didn't. I went on to actually bring that other window up, and I couldn't find the actual scheduled stream. I'm pretty sure I did schedule it, so I think we're okay. Fake mute. There you go. That's exactly what it was. Hello, hello. So who is here already so far? Let's see. We have another CG who says it's good that the show starts tomorrow, but bad that the day after is Monday. Yeah, I know. Isn't that suck when you got to go to work after you watch my stream? But hey, it's a little bit of comic relief on a Sunday night. So hello, another CG guy, the Jedi. William Nelson is here. Hello, hello. Andy Visley, SPC 3D. Matt Owl is here. Hey, Matt Owl. And Nick is here. Yo, 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 he says. So hello, hello. Looks like we have a dozen people or so watching for now. And so we are going to jump right into what we're going to do tonight. We finished building the Jabberwocky last week. Pretty successful. Now, you know, there's a handful of people out there that say this is going to fail because I printed it out of high temperature PLA, but we'll see. I'm going to have my printers on standby ready to actually print this sucker out of ASA as well, if need be, if any parts fail. Maybe I'll just print them anyways just to have them on standby but what we have to do now is we have to tear this guy down to a certain degree to allow for the installation of this. So I'm going to quickly pull up the instruction manual again for this, because one thing I didn't see, yum V, but it's an interesting experiment. You might make YMMV, but it is an interesting experiment. It is. I just wanted to try it because I could. So I am going to quickly. I wonder if I need a brighter light on here. Let me see. No, maybe I don't need a brighter light. Let me just try something here. That's a little bit better. That brightens my shirt up a bit. Let's just see. Yeah, we're going to keep it at that. I like the brighter. I'm going to pull up the instructions because I don't recall seeing anything about the wiring end of the printer, because we're going to have this. We're going to basically be down to two cables. This cable that's going to go to the board here, to the Nighthawk. I believe it was the Nighthawk that we put in here. Yes, it was. And we're going to have this, and then the probe, the beacon probe, which is on here as well, is going to be the second wire going down to the main board. So hey, Andrew Humphrey, how are you? Depends on if enclosed in high temperature filaments for long runs. I don't do a lot of high temperature filaments, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do 90% of my printing in PLA, PETG, maybe some ABS now and again, but long runs, I don't know. We'll see. The beauty of it is that it's a simple rebuild if I have to do it. I will print the parts, have them on standby. If I need to rebuild it, I rebuild it. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Tuxedo, how are you? Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to pull the instructions up over here. There's the printed parts, so let's just see if there's anything to do here. I'll share what I'm showing over here, just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And mount to printer was the part we were at, and we're going to mount it to a 2.4 Trident. And so this is where we're at, and I believe I did already put all of these things together, except we need to get some switches off of the printer itself in order to do this mounting. So, and then it doesn't talk about the electronics here, but we'll, you know, when we get to that stage, we'll worry about it at that point in time. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's get back here. Oh, scratch that itch. And we're going to start taking apart the hot end here. Hey, Jerry, there I am. Hello, hello. Was the stream not scheduled? I scheduled the stream. Did it not get scheduled out there? I know I scheduled the stream. I did it at the office and put the stream up. But when I went to find the scheduled stream today, I couldn't find it. So there might have been an issue. I apologize for that if that's the case. Being Canadian, I do apologize for that. Here, let's zoom out this a little bit here. Zoom that out a little bit. There we go. I'm going to get ready to take this hot end apart, and I have a different camera that we're going to be using on this tonight. And hopefully this is going to be a little better view for you guys. So let's just see what I can get going here. Let's just see here. And am I zoomed out fully here? Yes, I am. There we are. Okay, so we're going to switch over to this guy. I believe that's camera 3. No, that's camera 2. We'll cut over to this guy. There we go. Put myself in the corner up here. We'll put myself in the bottom left corner. There we go. And let's take this hot end apart. Let's start stripping down this hot end and getting it ready for, you know, the inevitable build. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's a good picture. Man, that does look good. Cool. Okay, I'm going to back this up a little bit more. Here we go. And I'll raise it up a little bit more so you can kind of keep an eye on there. You can see the TV in the background that I'm watching you guys on. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this hot end off. And we're going to have to take the belts off, or take the belts off of this, and then we're going to have to take some micro switches off of this guy too, because the switches actually get mounted on the head. At least the X does, I'm pretty sure. So let's work on this. And I'll attempt to keep an eye on chat. Hello, Cosbricks. Kenneth Davis, hello. Anybody else there? Jerry just found it. Okay, interesting that it wasn't scheduled. Okay, well, anyways, it should have been scheduled. I'm not sure what happened, but hey, I'll blame it on YouTube. Nick became a member. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Awesome. Okay. And so I'm going to make a better effort to keep an eye on chat this week. So let's go ahead and just strip this guy down here. I know I say strip. Strip it good. Oh, don't fall off the other end there. I just want to try and keep it so my hands don't get in the way of all you guys watching. Okay, and where's my little tray? I'm going to bring up this little tray here, put the parts in so I don't lose parts. I don't know what I'm going to do with this hot end. Maybe I'll take this hot end and, I don't know, I could probably sell this hot end, I suppose. I don't know. It's going to be my first spare Voron hot end. Hey, stealth burner, spare stealth burner. And I think, based on some other builds I've seen, I'll be able to get rid of all the drag chains and just run a single cable, maybe cable loop down to the back of the printer. I don't know, we'll see. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Don't forget we have a Polymaker draw tonight for some Polymaker, for some Polymaker coupons, coupon code, $45 Canadian, $35 US. Stick around to win that. So this is just coming off. This is just a single piece with the, there's no wires attaching this. So there's the front of the hot end. Here comes the bottom piece. We're going to open up this side cover. Let's just switch it over a bit here. And I believe that's this guy. To undo this little latch screw here. There we go. Lift that up. We just got to pop some wires off here. You just pre-ordered newly announced small tube. Small tube. Oh, interesting. I've not heard of that, I don't think. That comes off. That comes off, and there's our hot end with our cutter that we built for the box turtle with our 80XL. The other one didn't have the 80XL put on it, did it? I don't believe. So I'm going to have to figure out if I can find somewhere on this new one to put the 80XL, unless it's built into this board. I don't know. Anyways, that's maybe that's something we'll have to steal off this one. We'll see. And then we have the top part. So I need to, I'm just going to actually, let's see. This is going to be held in right here. Oh, wrong screwdriver, wrong hex key. This one. There we go. And this one. There it is. And there's that bolt there. And that should come off. Now we got to unplug some wires here. So we got to disconnect this, and I've also got to take that drag chain off after I get these wires off. There's that one. And there we go, that one. And we'll just grab this drag chain off of here. 2 screws holding this on. What are you saying there? Tube compact from Luke's Labs. It's a shortened tube. Fits in a version of Stealth Burner, among other things. Oh, interesting. Have to look into that, I suppose. My curiosity is piqued. And this ought to get rid of the rest of this. There we go. This is the clockwork. And I don't think there's going to be anything we need out of this. But there we go. And let me just grab this screw that I took out of there, right on the floor, and salvaged. There we go. Okay, we got that all stripped down. we're going to have to basically get rid of all the wiring as well, because we're going to replace all this cabling all that cabling is going to be replaced with this. So again, I don't know if I want to go through the drag chains or if I want to bring it just up and around. We'll have to see. But I've got to open the drag chains or take them off to get rid of all this cabling that's in here anyway. So, okay, let me have a look. Let me have a look at that, Nick. Let me go to that link and see what that's all about for a second here. I would want to at least open a window. Here I am. I'm going to click that link just so I have that window open to look at it after. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Here it is right here for those of you that aren't aware, like I wasn't aware. The hot end is everything you know and love about chew, but more compact. Oh, wow. 33 millimeters in out zone, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that looks interesting. Wow. What are the other pictures showing? Wow, that's pretty tiny. Huh, that's interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that with me. Cool. Thanks for sharing that. That looks kind of interesting to me. 23 people watching. Don't forget, guys, we're going to be doing a Polymaker draw in about another hour and 15 minutes from now. Okay. What we've done for those that have joined late is we're just taking the stealth burner apart in the Clockwork 2 from the 2.4 so that we can mount the Jabberwocky Hot End onto the 2.4. And so that's going to include all new wiring. I've yet to find the wiring instructions on that. Now maybe it's simple as can be for the wiring instructions on that, but I have not seen them yet. And so this kit did include this little PCB. It's called a USB adapter PCB. And this is it right here. I'm not 100% sure what this is, where it gets used yet. Whoops. There we go. So we'll see. We'll find out. It's got a power source for it right here, and it's got a 6-pin plug right here. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go, but I do know what the one end of this is the 6-pin plug, and the other end of this is the plug that goes into the Jabberwocky right up here. So yeah. So obviously this all interconnects, and then we have a USB-C cable that came with it. This is obviously where it's going to draw the power from. This looks like it's going to the tool head, and this is going 24 volts in. So maybe that looks opposite around, because this has little... Anyways, we'll figure all that out when the time comes to do the wiring on this stuff. So $140 out. Yeah, that came up as $199 for me. Yeah. That showed up as $199 US for me, which is really expensive for what it is, I think. But then again, you know, McDonald's food is expensive to me, so you have that. Okay, let's go on. And a normal size tube is 2 to 3 times that price once you buy all the components. Holy crap! Holy crap! Okay, we're going to back this camera up just a little bit here so that we can have a better view of this as I'm working on it. Here we go. Okay, so let's get back to taking this whole sucker apart here. There we go. That's not a bad looking image. The image I'm seeing on my big screen TV is terrible looking, but the actual image looks like the focus and color is pretty good there. So I'm going to move this just around like this some more. Okay, we got to take this off, which is going to loosen, which is going to take the belts right off, which we have to do. Looks like I might have left enough belt in here. Let's just see. Looks like I might have left enough belt in here that I don't need to get new belts. Yeah, there's some pretty good slack in the belts right here, right in this little part right here. So, see if I can show you that a little better. There we go. So you can see right here, there's a little bit of slack. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And if not, again, I'm not against having to buy new belts and running a couple new belts. So let's go ahead and undo these screws. Actually, I believe it's these ones in here that we're undoing. to take this off because I've also got to remove the beacon probe, which is plugged in the back. So I'm just going to quickly undo that plug for the beacon. There we go. So that's the probe wire right there. Manufactured in the US, so it's going to be more expensive shipped than any other countries because of our tariff nonsense. Yeah, well, plus it is manufactured in the US, which also, in and of itself, is worth something right there, the fact that US made. Okay, so you have to look at that. So there's one. This is taking the tool head here, or the tool head mount off of the linear rail mount. Come on. There's a second one, and there's this one. Okay, and one more here. Hey Russ Gare, how are you? I remember when McDonald's used to advertise meal and change back from $1. Oh yeah, those were the days. You're aging yourself like I'm aging me here too, Russ. There we go. So there it is. There's the belts off. So we'll see what we've got left there. Okay. And there's the beacon probe that we want to mount on the other one. So let's go ahead and take the beacon probe off of here. Let me just zoom this out a little bit here. There we go. So we'll grab the beacon off of here. And of course, there's going to probably be a lot of configuration stuff to do in Clipper to get all this new stuff running. That's why I'm hoping there's some good documentation for the electronics and for the configuration of all this, of the new Jabberwocky. Okay, there's the beacon probe. That's just a nice tiny little flat probe. And I believe I'm done with this sucker right now. I will go ahead and get rid of some of these other screws because I'll leave this actually, because this mount is actually right there. It is as it is. It's what's needed if I want to sell it or use it for something else. We'll keep it like this. Reciprocal tariffs with Canada right now. Same with some other countries. Yeah. Canadians will pay more if the Canadian government imposes tariffs. This whole thing is just a freaking nightmare for a lot of people, this tariff bullshit. So, sorry, I shouldn't be saying that language on my channel, but it is what it is, right? Okay. So now we're gonna pop off. This is gonna come. I'm gonna take this off. This is the previous. Well, no, this is probably still good. This was the cutter for the hot end there for the box turtle. So I'm gonna leave this here for now. I don't think I'm going to need to remove that, other than I'll probably print it in a different color. So yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I just talked myself into getting rid of this. We can always put this on back, but I'd like to do it in a better color. There we go. And pop that off and pop this off. There we go. Because right now this is just a goofy red color, because that's what I had. So we'll change that over probably to either the orange or the blue. Probably the blue that we have on the hot end here. So we'll see. Okay, so there we go. We popped that off. Now we're gonna work. We'll just leave the belts hanging here for now. And we're going to work on getting the cables out of here, because we don't need these cables. We're going to be replacing the entire cable bundle, other than, as I say, other than the beacon probe. I have not read about the electronics yet, but I'm going to. And then as I take these off, then I'll decide as I go whether or not I want to keep the drag chains to run this single cable, and the beacon probe cable is already running through the drag chain. I have seen other people, and I'm open to opinions. I've seen other people just come out of the back of the tool head and they go straight down to the back of the printer. So we don't have to run all this, and it cleans up a lot of the cable running areas in the box itself. So what do you guys think? What would you guys do? I don't really care how I run it, but you know, I'm open to opinions, I'm open to thoughts. So yeah, hey Petty Ruxpin, how are you, sir? Okay, so let's get this drag chain off, and we'll start getting the cables out of there. Because if I'm taking this right off and taking the cables out, I might as well just take them right out and just run with a nice clean one straight down to the back. That's my thought, initial thought anyways. So, but as I say, I'm open to suggestions. I'm very what's the word I would say? I'm very influential. I can be influenced. I just need a little flat head screwdriver to pop those out. Give me 1 second here. Mes amis. I'm going to open this little kit here. I'll just switch back over here for a second. Here we go. Just going to grab a little flathead screwdriver out of here. Just makes it easier to pop those little things open. And I believe I was using this one before. Oh, that's too small. This little guy will work fine. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let me grab a drink of water here first. Guys, tell me, quick question. How's this right there, this camera, how's this camera look? Things looking okay on there? Am I sharp? Is it clear? What do you say? If you remove the drag chain completely, you can't have end stops over on that side. Oh, on this side. No? Oh, because that's where the end stop wire is going to go. But is that end stop not... oh, I see. But I could go with... could I not go with without end stops? Like I did on my... was it, which printer was it I went without end stops? And it was on... what's it called? Wireless end stops or something? No, yeah. The X end stop on the toolhead itself. I could do that too, yeah. Or I could go with, yeah, wireless and sensorless is a viable option. Sensorless, yeah, which I've set up on one of the other printers. I don't remember which one. And all that is setting up some configuration for the sensorless. Sensorless. I keep thinking senseless, but it's sensorless, yes. And I had that screwdriver in my hand right here. Okay, well that might be okay. Yeah. Lots of people go sensorless. That would make sense, right? And then that way I don't have to worry about wiring and end stops. If I go sensorless, then I can get away without the drag chain. Because right now I've got a X and a Y. Or were both of these, one of these were there's an X, there's an end stop here, and then there's an end stop here. So I've got my X and Y end stops right on here. So yeah, we're going to look at that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, for now we're just going to pop this open. We got to remove all these wires anyways. So, whoops. So we're just going to pop all these open. Stop the senseless homing. Ah, there we go. That's just a little bit more configuration, which again, I don't memorize all this because I don't build these things all the time. So I would have to go in and look for the proper configuration for senseless homing and all that. But hey, then you don't worry about sensors and sensor wires. Okay, there's one chain gone, except I gotta pop this part off. There we go. There's one drag chain off. And there's one bundle of wires. Here we go. Sensorless isn't hard to set up. I don't recall. I agree with you, Tuxedo. I recall doing it. And I can't for the life of me remember which of my printers it was. It might have been the little Barbie printer that I did it, or it might have been the Trident. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's actually probably not a bad thing to look at doing. So, okay, let's grab the other one here. That way, I don't have to worry about running all these wires back through the drag chains again, right? And it gives a cleaner overall appearance to the printer, other than, you know, the little loop. And the only downfall is the little loop will rub on the top. But I could actually I could extend the top of the printer with a hood or something like that too if I wanted to, because it's not like I have a shortage of extrusions so to do that with. So, okay, where'd the screw go? There it is. Okay, and then we're going to come down to this end. So we have our sensors here, so I've got to, actually I can unscrew this whole bottom part because all that is what houses the sensors in here. So I can get rid of this bottom part altogether. Let's go ahead and take this off. And yeah, let's just go ahead with sensorless homing. Okay, there's one, and the other one. See if I can get this. There we go. Petty Rexman, you're pro getting rid of cable chains. Yeah, the more I see it without them here, the more I think, yeah, let's not even bother with them anymore. Okay, there's the sensors there, so we can get rid of this because that will be. And actually, I can just unplug this. There we go. So yeah, that will eliminate the need for these sensors if we do sensorless homing. So there we go. Let's put that aside. I'm so tempted to reprint all the parts for this too. Well, again, a lot of these accent parts here, we're not going to need this. That is a larger hex key. I think I need to grab this one, a gold one. This guy here. And this guy here. And now I have to replace these for this. I don't know if I gotta go with shorter ones now. Let's just see. Or if these will work. No, I gotta go with shorter M5s here. Because this is holding the X gantry on here. So I need to grab a couple shorter M5s to replace these with. Those are in my other I think they're in. 12s should be fine. These are 16s. I think 12s will work. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Must have tripped a connection. I think we're good now. Mic is on strike. It looks like we're better now. I think I jostled my mic a little bit. Yeah, these will work. Just going to replace these with these. There you are. That's what happens when you have wires running down your body as well as everywhere else in the shop. Okay, good. M5's replaced. There we go. Still good with sound. Good. Good. See my meter popping like boop, 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 boop. Okay. Now, I'm going to try not to get in the way of the camera here, so bear with me. I'm going to move this camera off to the side a little bit, just like so. And we're going to reframe it right there. And we'll zoom that back out. There we go. getting static. Really? What's solar flare? Hello, 1, 2. Okay, let's try this again. It looks okay on the meter. I think it looks okay. Well, we'll have to live with what we got here for now. So hopefully that's a little better. Okay, sounds bad. Popping noises are very loud. Really? Okay, so let's see what's going on. Let's. Hello, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's got something to do with my lavalier. Okay, hang on a sec. Okay, mic's probably pretty good right now, right? I wonder if I've got a wire shorted in this lavalier mic. So just let me know. Does it sound pretty good now? 1, 2. When you move the wires, pulls on the cable. Are we okay now though? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just going to wait till somebody responds. Okay, now if I plug this in. No, the problem's definitely in this. So what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put my little sound wind popper on here, or my rat, whatever you want to call this. I might have shorted a wire out, or I might have. This should be better. Yeah, and we're just going to wear the rat on my belly here. So we'll just put this guy on like this. This should work now. It's a muff. Okay, yeah, we got a good signal now. So obviously there's a wire shorted in this or something. Or a broken wire on this end where, this happened. So we'll be good. Okay, so maybe I need a new one of these, or maybe I just need to wear this from now on. I mean, this is fine. Who cares if you see my microphone? It's good now. Good, 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 good. Okay, let's go back over and continue what we were doing. Gonna get rid of the pop stuff out of this drag chain. Boop, boo. Here we go. Oh, I keep forgetting to push that other button. Not that it matters, but I wish there was a way to let that automatically stay on when I switch cameras, but we'll see. We will see. Or actually, I'm going to move that back over to the bottom right. There we go. Okay, let's get back here. So we're just going to pop these open. Pop, 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 pop. Cheaper to buy than, oh yeah, for those things, for little lavalier things, cheaper to buy a new one than to repair. And I just dropped the friggin' tip of the screwdriver. Go figure. Where the heck did that go? Under my shelf. It's a good thing I don't use that one too often. We'll just get a different one here. Okay, this will work. This will work. It depends on the brand you buy. If I buy a Rode brand lavalier, they're expensive. But you buy a no-name $12 lavalier, or whatever you want to call it, then if it breaks, it breaks. You're not out a ton of money. It's almost like it would be a disposable one. Little distorted sounding, but good. Oh, the distortion is just me. It looks dark all of a sudden for some reason, but oh well. This camera's got auto exposure on it and everything, so we'll see. Anyways, one of my cameras crapped out. The HDMI port on it just broke. It's done. It's gone. So the camera's kind of useless to me now. So, okay, this can all come off like so. Tim's always been a little distorted. I have always been a little distorted. You have that right, Brent. Okay, let's back this out a bit. Okay, and then we can pop this end off. There we go. There's a second drag chain gone. There we go. And then we have, this one is just, oh, that's just a belt that's snugging over the drag chain. So I'm just going to go ahead here. Let me turn this a bit more. Here we go. Oh, I see what happens when I bring my white shirt in there. The automatic exposure goes dark. Oh, so you shouldn't wear a white shirt when I'm doing my stream. Look at that. So we'll cut that off of there. So we get those wires out of there. Okay, and then we will, I should have taken this back off. Actually, I think I have to take the back off to, yeah, I think I got to take the back off. So, let's go grab this. And, yeah, let's go like this. And I'm just going to take this back off here so I can get at that other drag chain a little easier. Okay. No blood yet. No blood. No, not yet. Don't say yet. Okay, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? Welcome. Not yet, but the stream is still young. You guys stop it. Stop it. Right now. You're going to jinx me, you know that. Okay. Just got to take this spool holder off so the back can come off. And one more. There's the spool holder. Okay. And undo the clips. That should be it. There we go. There goes the back. Okay. So now we can access everything a lot easier back here. So let's bring this down again. Let's back it up a little bit. There we go. And we'll just continue on in here. I'm going to remove this wire cover. This one. Okay, just about. There we go. That's me again blocking the camera, of course, whatever. And there's our bundle, so we can take our wires right through, right through. And now we're going into this last one, drag chain. And that is also going to the motors. So we have the motor wires going through this last cable chain. So we may keep this last one in here, I suppose. What else is running up? So we have this, it's the A or B motor. I don't remember which one. This motor is running through that drag chain. So we're gonna have to decide if we're gonna keep that in there or if we're gonna just maybe run that down the side and underneath across here. But in the meantime, we just got to cut some of these zip ties that are holding everything in place here. Okay. Let's turn this a little bit more here. And we'll get in closer here so we can see what's going on. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Here, we'll cut this one right here. Try not to cut any actual wires. Okay, here we go. Now I can pop these open and we can start pulling out. But I've got to, actually, I can unplug, for now I can unplug that motor. Then we can decide what to do with that motor wire afterwards. So this is this motor here. It's either the A or B motor, don't ask me which one. And then we can go ahead and open this drag chain. Get the rest of these things out of here. There's lots of wire for that motor. I can run that an alternate route if I want to get rid of this back chain, which I might just end up getting rid of this back chain, so we'll see. There's also a screw holding this in there, which I'm going to have to get out. Well, let me open all these up first. Here we go. Okay, they're all opened up. I'm going to move. Let's see. I'm gonna swing this around. Swing this around. So we're at this side. And I'm going to bring the camera over. Forgive the movement here. Hopefully nobody's got issues with moving cameras. There we go. So we're going to go into this area right in here. And there's a screw in the drag chain on the bottom here somewhere. There it is. Let's see if I can get that out of here. Hard to see in there. And come on, get in the hole. There it is, got it. I had it. There we go. That one's out. Okay. And then we've also got the other. Oh, okay, the other motor's going up into that too. So let's unplug that motor. And we just have some clips under here holding the motor wires in. So for now, I'm just going to pop off that piece there. We can pop the chain off. I got to go around the other side and get that out of there. And how did I hold these motor wires in? Oh, those are zip tied in here. So I'm going to have to get rid of that. Oh, now my belts are really loose. That's okay. There's the one wire, and come on off of there. There's the other wire. Okay, so there's the motor wire plugs. There we go, and there's the rest of the wires. I just have to undo one screw on the other side here. Then we get rid of all our wires. That is a whole lot of wire. It is. Hard to imagine that this is all going to be replaced, other than these pretty colorful ones right here, which are the stepper motor wires. That's all going to be replaced with two wires, two cables, basically. I don't believe it yet, but I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, I just have to whip around the other side here and undo one more wire. It's going to be easier than me turning the whole printer around, so see if I can find it from over here, down here. There it is. Whoops, there's still a screw on the tip of that. And I just got to get in here, move these wires out of the way a bit, and find the screw. There it is. Come on. Come on. There, got it. Okay. That should get it. There it is. Got it. Okay. Now we'll come back around. Okay, back around this side. Let's pop this off here. Let's get rid of this drag chain. Let's gotta get this piece off. Oh. And pop this last end piece off here. There we go. And one more drag chain. All right, last drag chain is off. There we go. Okay. There we go. All the wires running down underneath. Now, I'm not sure how it's all going to work, as I say, underneath, but we're going to figure that out as well, I suppose. So now I got to go underneath and start pulling wires out the bottom of the printer. Okay, we can throw that off to the side. We have these couple different wires that were here for the box turtle that I'm just going to sort of take off to the side, and then we're going to have to turn this over. Come on. I'm going to turn this over and get some wires out of here, but man, these belts are super loose, super loose. There we go. Okay, not going to worry about the belts for now. Okay, there, the easy part's done. Easy part's done. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and back you up. And we're going to turn you over. Which side do you want to go on to? Doesn't really matter which side I put you on. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay. Okay, let's look at the back. See what we got under here. Okay, so let's throw a little bit of light onto this. See if this will help brighten things up a little bit. That helps a little bit. So all the wires are coming in right here, and they're going to this breakout board here. Actually, this big wire bundle. This just popped off. So the main wire bundle is coming in here. If I can get this off. And yes, the printer is off and unplugged. You have to know that. Okay, that comes off of there. Can I get this out of here? What's going on here? I've got some unwanted wires. What are these ones? These are probably... Ay, this is a mess. What I've got to do here first. I feel like I'm dealing with an actual spider web here. So what I got to do first is I got to get all these wires unzip tied, because there's also some, I believe, LED wires in here. So I just got to cut all these zip ties off. It's yeah, it's quite a mess here. Quite a mess. And attempting not to cut an actual wire. Do they still, is this still the standard for the current builds, or is it more so now using a single wire, single cable going up to a to the board? Because man, this I remember this build, and it was the wiring was one of the hardest parts. Okay. The wiring is the hardest part. The bottom wiring sure looks good. Does it? Oh, you mean my wiring inside here? Thank you. I'm not known for organized wiring. Okay, I think this, oh, and we've got another piece here to cut, another zip tie to cut here. Let's just get rid of all these zip tie cuts before I knock them on the floor and end up stepping on them. Almost as bad as Lego. Okay, so if we come back in here, let's just bring that back down here. So if we come back in here, this should now, these should be free. I'm just curious what these wires were. I think these were the LEDs, but I just want to make sure. Oh, I still got something zip tied up at the other end here. There it is. Okay. Now I think that got rid of all the zip ties. I hope so. This is a freaking mess. Holy crap-a-doley. Oh. Okay, so let's go ahead, see if I can't get this all sorted through here. Wow, okay. Okie doke. It's just a mess. It's crazy, dude. Okay, first first things first. Where's the beacon probe wire going through? It's coming through over here. Let's get this one out of the way. Let's get this one through out of the way. This is the beacon probe. Okay. That's out of the way. Okay. Now, the rest is just all these black wires, and I've got to sort out over here the motor wires from the black wires. There we go. Okay. Everything wants to come through at once. Forget about identifying which is which. Well, that's because you have the one end that plugs into here, and you don't need to know as long as you have them plugged into the breakout boards properly, right? So that was sort of the, but this is a mess up here. I cannot seem to, let me turn this a little bit here. If I get rid of this, because that's what the drag chain was attached to. Let me get rid of that. This piece right here. My gantry is too close. See if I can get this gantry up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let me get this piece out of here. That'll make a difference. Here we go. Okay. Now, I should be able to yank these through a little easier. but I just got to separate the motor wires here so I don't get them pulling through too and put strain on them. So I'm going to get that motor wire out of the way. And this motor wire out of the way. Now all I got is the black cluster to pull through. There we go. Okay. 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 Okie doke. The black cluster is through. And most of it, separate that. A bad car stereo wiring job, of course. You know you're going to have to reinstall that drag chain, right? Why? The back one? I guess if I install the back one, that's fine, but why? Do I need to for sure? I've got enough motor wire that I can run them down around the rails on the back. Yeah, I guess I will need something to hold the two cables that are going to be coming from it. Let's just pull this through for now. This is the box turtle power. That's the power for the box turtle. Let's just get that out of the way for now. A and B stepper wires, those I can route a different way, no problem. But yeah, the toolhead umbilical, yeah. Made lots of money redoing wiring. So I got to pull this off, I think. Let's pull that off. Okay, and let's grab this wire bundle. Here we go. So this one is the XY end stop. Okay, so that we can get rid of. We're going to go with sensorless homing. So I can get rid of this one. XY end stop wires. Okay. Let's just kind of untangle these a little bit now. This is just, it's a tangled mess now is what it is. But hey, who's looking? Okay, so we're going to grab all these main wires from the tool board. There we go. Get rid of this big bundle here and then we'll have a little bit more room to play. Okay, I have patience when it comes to untangling wires. You have to. You have to. There we go. Get that out of there. Out of there. And I believe that's it. Then we have these ones going to here, which I can unplug because those are the LEDs. And this, okay, so let's just wrap this one up. Okay. Then we have that one which went to the LEDs. And this little guy down here, we're just going to wrap you up. Oops. And where is the other end of you? Just got to untangle these guys right here. Yeah, this is not the most exciting thing going here, but then I got to figure out where these guys are going to as well. I think these are all LED related, because really, the wire length is not fixed, thus the need for a drag chain. Okay, we'll see. we'll see what's going on with this. I'll see how, well, yeah, we got to see how long the wires are, blah, blah, blah. There's some factors to consider. Oh, now I'm just all messed up in this again. Oh, man, come on. Okay, let's put this, or actually, put this down for a second over here. Figure out what's going on. We have two more wires. This wire here, it's going into here. Oh, that's just, oh, I see. We're tangled around a stepper motor wire here. There we go. That's what was going on. I was wondering why that wire was running back in there. And then this one is going down here. And this one is now, what's this wire? Where's that one going? I'll take this off too. So we can find, so we can track down this little guy right here. And right there, that's an LED signal wire. There we go. Okay. That clears all the wires that went to the tool head. This one right here, that's the beacon probe, that black one that we have there, so we can put this back on so we don't have to mess around in there anymore. That's the beacon probe, and that's it. So there we go. There's all the tool head wires that are going to be replaced. All that is going to be replaced with this. So can't complain about that. Look at that. And that's a mess. I'm not even going to try and sort that out right now. Oh, wow. Okay. What time are we at? 6:05. Another half hour. We can do a draw, but let's stand this back up for now, and then we'll decide. We'll get the see if I need new belts. So we'll see if the belts fit. But let's bring the beacon wire back up through here. Okay, that can come up here. So we're going to have to run. And again, I don't know. This is kind of where I'm. Oh, come on. How does this go back on? Gotta get this part back on. Here we go. Come on, get up. There we go. I'm not quite sure where the adapter PCB, this piece is where the end of that, the end of this cable goes into this piece, but I'm not sure where this piece goes and how, and there's a USB. So does this just strictly go into the USB on the main board and then everything is done through the configuration? That I'm not sure. So I guess the, that kind of doesn't make, anyways, I'm a little, should be able to reuse the belts, we hope so. USB to Pi. Oh, so that's going to go to the Pi. So am I theoretically then getting rid of all of this? Because these are all running to the main board, right? Which is all of our, yeah. So am I getting rid of all these other than the motors? So in other words, the hot end heater, the thermistor and everything, and all the end stops we're getting rid of because we're going to do virtual end stops, but I assume I'm getting rid of all this then eventually. So we'll leave that for now till I find more clear instructions on the wiring end of this whole process. As I say, that's where I kind of get lost in all this. So I'm just going to grab a couple zip ties here real quick until we're ready to assemble and do this all again. I'm just going to zip tie, just going to get this, this is a power supply for the box turtle. Just going to kind of bundle that up so it's not just hanging loose. And we'll get that out again when we need it. So we'll just tuck you in here somewhere. Any wires toolhead related are no longer needed. Okay. So anything that's toolhead related in here, gone. Anything up here that's toolhead related, gone. Okay, makes sense. Because it's all going to run off the Pi. Okay. Okay. I can accept that. What's the other wire I was looking for here? It was the other box turtle one. Oh, it's run on the other side. Okay. So we had the box turtle power. This is our... Okay. Let's stand this up. There's the box turtle USB right there. So that's fine. We'll just leave that there. And I do have another... Yeah, I do have one more USB port on the Pi, which is good because I guess I'm going to need that. Hot end stuff is all Nighthawk. Okay, cool. I'm new to all this, so I am new to all this. Okay, let's go ahead and stand this up. Let's put this, I'll just put that cover off to the side for now. We'll just stand all this up. I just want to get these wires tucked away back here. The box turtle power wires are kind of, there we go. Just lying there. Stand you up. And we'll turn you around. There's the beacon probe wire. Motor wire. We'll worry about you guys later. Right now I want to work on getting the tool head back on. And then we can figure out the wiring after all this gets put into place. Okay, let's get these even. Okay. Hopefully the belts are good. Long enough. We'll find that out. We'll figure that out. As long as I don't trip over stuff. Okay, so we'll get this back into frame here. Okay. Zoom that in a little bit. And let's look at this. Okay. So, tool heads. So we're not going to worry about the end stops anymore. So we got rid of those. So let's get back to the instructions over here and what we need to do next. Now that we got that all stripped down. Come on. There we go, and here we go. Okay, here's where we're at. So we've done the heat insets, we've screwed the probe mount. We're not going to worry about the end stop. And so let's screw the probe onto the bottom. Our beacon probe's going to go onto the bottom of that. So here's that piece right here. The beacon probe was here somewhere. Okay, so I've got to find the probe. The probe. Oh. Did I put it in the tray? No. Who saw where I put the beacon probe? Huh? It's right in front of me somewhere. There it is. Right there. There it is. There it is. It's on the mat. Thank you. Okay, so the beacon probe, that side goes down. This is on the back. So this is going to go on here like so. Just like that. And that was using the two small M3x8s. Actually, it's these three M3x6s or 4s. So this will go on here. You guys have a better vantage point than me when it comes to that stuff. You can see things better. And onto here. There we go. Okay, beacon probe is mounted. Oh, like so. So our wires, our connector wires are right there. Okay. And disconnect any wiring or cable chains, loosen mounting screws, blah, 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 detaching the tool head, loosen the belt, remove old mounting block, detach existing mounting block, align new mounting block position, align the new mounting block, position the MGN 12H mounting block over the MGN 12H slider, feed both belts through the designated slots in the mount, routing them outwards towards each side, match belt lengths, ensure all four belts ends are pulled through evenly with equal length on all sides for proper tensioning and alignment. Secure mount block. Once aligned, fasten the mount block to the carriage using 4M 3x8 button head cap screws. Tighten securely. Okay, so we want to go through there and we want to pull the belts through the appropriate spots. So that is what we're going to attempt to do. So just so I get a clear vision, this is going to go on here like so. Okay, we have our probe. The belts are going to come through. Okay, so the belts are going to go in here in the back and out the sides on the front, so we should have belts sticking out here. Okay, let me move this to an angle where it'll be easy to be seen, yet my hands won't get in the way of it too much. So if I do that, there we go. Because I like to share the struggles, because here we go. Top belt is going to come through here and out like so. Bottom belt through here and out there, so that I have enough maybe to grip it with some pliers to tighten them. This one, now we have an unnatural bend in this belt already. Let's see if I can get this one to go through. Cooperatively. Actually, let me try and get a little bit of a, let me try and work that little bend out of this belt here. Need to see what's up with Jabberwocky to do the switch. There we go. Hey, Sir McSquishy. Crazy to see this undergo surgery after getting box turtle on it. No kidding, right? Okay, so we've sort of, I'm just going to try and massage these curves out of here so that this thing will go through that slot a little easier. And it doesn't help that I'm starting to get arthritic pain or something in my hands. Okay, top belt. Let's get this the right way, this way. Top belt. Let's see if I can make this happen blindly. And it's going, there we go. We got the top belt through. Okay, bottom belt. Come on. I need eyes in the back of my hand. Come on, there we go. And there's the bottom belt. There we go. We got the belts through. So they want these belts even on both sides as much as possible, like so. Let's bring this over. Oh, look at that. The belts are going to work. Yay! So let's get some M3x8 cap head screws. Oh, they must have come with the kit. Let's see if they came with the kit. Here, let's switch back over here while I'm looking for some screws. Still got a whole bunch of screws here. I have some if they didn't come, but M3x8 button head cap screws. There we go. Got lots of them. Arthritic pain, yeah. It's a combination of arthritic pain and carpal tunnel in this hand. I have very limited strength movement in this hand. So I have a cream I put on it, which helps, but yeah. It is what it is. Part of the aging process, right? For those of us that are in above the numbers where I'm at for my age. Okay. Let's move back over here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's align these. We'll get these started and then we'll tension the belts. Okay, there's the first one in. I like the way the belts come. That's a really nice way for the belts because I can actually hang on a sec. Let's pull that one back out. There we go. Can actually I thought for sure they'd be too short, but I can actually, there's actually quite a bit sticking out there. Okay. There's that one. We're not tightening them right up. You're a young man, Tim. Well, I guess in a relative sense I am. A lot of people are older than me on the stream, but I feel like I'm getting older. I turn, it's no big secret, I turn 63 next month. Okay, so we've got all the screws started in there. We just got to snug some belts, but I want to make sure that my belt paths, I'm just going to quickly, I'm going to pull these, actually I'll probably have to back these off a little bit more. And we're going to pull these a little snug. I just want to make sure that they are properly aligned on the pulleys on the back, on the back side here. So I got to remember not to wear a dark shirt next time, because to wear a dark shirt, because when I do that, look how it darkens the camera. Either that or figure out how to turn off the auto exposure on this thing. Let's see. If I go to the menu, well, you guys can see that. Menu, cannot read, you're not letting me do anything. Forget that. Autofocus, manual focus. Where's the auto exposure button? Doesn't matter. I'm not going to mess with that right now. So we're going to pull this a little bit, pull this one a little bit. Try and keep these even as possible. That bottom one can come a bit more. I think I need to loosen this off a hair. Okay. And, okay. I'm just going to go around back and quickly check and make sure I'm still riding on the idlers. Okay, we look good on this side. Oh, that one was off a little. Okay, these ones look like they're fine. They're fine. Okay, those are good. We can tighten them up a bit now. So I'm going to use the help of, well, first we'll do there with my hand. That one and that one. There we go. We're on the idlers here. And we're on the idlers here. Good. So I'm going to grab a little assistance tool. Actually, I wonder if this would work. I wonder if I could pull belts. I'm curious if I can pull a belt with this. I don't know. Let me see. No, not really. Although I should be able to. If I can get a little bit more of this bottom belt out. This one does not want to budge. That screw is loose. Oh, there we are. So I'm curious. I know this isn't the right tool. You don't have to scream at me, but I'm curious. Yeah, I don't think it's going to quite work. It's a little too short. Oh, just a little too short to grab that. That's okay. So this one, this one, I just want to make sure that there's going to be not too much play here. I don't want to have to tighten these up too much. So the more I can pull these through, the better. Okay, so we're almost even. That one. Let's pull these evenly on the top. Okay, let's snug these top ones up. Did I loosen the belt tensioners? You mean, did I loosen these guys? Probably not, because I'm an idiot. Let me do that now. Oh, I gotta loosen the top one. I've got to loosen this one. But I need my different Allen wrench. Allen. I think it's the yellow one I need. Hey, Rebecca. Let's loosen that off a bit. And there we go. Okay, we loosened that one. Let's loosen this. I like the Ramus idlers so much better, but that's okay. I was going to upgrade these ones. And I might eventually, but... And loosen that one. There we go. Okay, tensioners are loosened. Turns out you had plenty of belt length. Oh, I've got more now that I loosened those tensioners. Look at all that length I've got there. Okay. There. And those look, the bottom one, there we go. Those are pretty close. Okay, let's go ahead and, man, use the right wrench. Let's go ahead and snug these up. Okay. Now, yeah, that feels pretty good. Nice and smooth. Okay. Now we can tension these up again. Don't need much. I just do them by feel. I don't have a tuner. I don't have like a little thing, the twang thing I put them on or anything. I put them by feel for now. And that feels pretty good. So we'll snug these down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that feels pretty good. That left one could be maybe a little tighter, but we'll worry about that after. We got the belt on, everything's good. Woo! There we go. Ta-da! Upgrade them when you install the tube hot end next week. Should check out the PF tension sense tension meter. I have. Speaking of tension meters, and you know what? Maybe I should break it out and use it. I have this thing. I have two of these things. I have two of these things from BQ. So, yeah. You know, you'd think that I would be smart enough to use the right tool for the right job, right? Not this kid. How does this thing even work? I don't think I've even opened this. Oh, this is all, I think this is actually all set up and ready to go. And really all this is a, that's all there is to it, is this. Oh, wrong way, back up. So let's see if it's even working. Oh, it does work. And all it does is measure, okay, so if I 0, okay. Now, so as far as I know, you need a reference chart. Yeah, because I don't know what it is. So let's just have a quick peek here. So if I go back here, now from what I gather, you pull this back, you run the belt, and then you just basically do that. And so right there I'm looking at 3.39 millimeter bend. 3.27. If I keep it still, like I'm probably supposed to, 3.27. If I go to the belt on the other side, 3.67, 3.68. So, like I suspected, the belt on the left was not quite as tight. So that's 3.68 for this belt. So, with that in mind, then I suppose I could just, and again, reference, I don't know what that number should be. So if we back that off, and we give this a little snug, just like that, then we get another reading. We're looking for 3.67. Whoops, helps if I don't miss the belt. And right now we're at 344. So let's go ahead and do a live adjust. You can't see it, but there's numbers at the top here. And all this is a one of those digital meters. 3.61, 3.66, 3.67. Okay, 3.67, so we'll tighten this down. Okay, and turn to 3.7. Okay, so now, yeah, that does feel more like that side. Let's get one more reading on this side. And 3.74. Okay, so we're very close. I guess that's one way to, I suppose that's one tool to use, but again, the reference, how do I know which number is the proper number? You use it to get things the same, exactly. So at least I know now that both my A and B belt are the same tension. Are they too tight, too loose? I don't know. Use the provided tension converter table from the official Big Tree wiki to convert the belter's reading. Oh, okay. Oh, didn't know. But then I also need to know what proper tension for that belt is supposed to be. And I suppose you could use these on the Z belts as well. So for instance, my Z belt, this one here, for whichever one this one is 4.99. So that's almost 5, right on the nose. So you can kind of see how that's look here. I'll show you this right here. What I'm looking at right, oops. Let's give you a view. So there you go, see? So we're on the belt and we're at 4.99 on that one. Okay, so if I, if I wiggle it a bit, it changes. But we're basically, let's call it 5 for sake of argument. Now if I go to the back one, I don't know if you can see that all the way from over here, but we are at, are we going to focus on that? We are at 5.2. 5.2. I got those, this is from Big Tree Tech. Okay, this is, here's the box, what it looks like. It's called the Belter, High Precision Belt Tension Tool. Now you can make one yourself, because all the end is that's a caliper. It's a digital caliper with a customized end on it. So yeah, that's where it is, and it's from BQ, and it's a Big Tree Tech product. So yeah, you can find it on their website. But yeah, so we have 5.2 there. Let's just check for fun On this one, we are 5.1. It's upside down, so just keep that in mind, 5.1. And if I go to the back here, we are, oops, 5.18. So that's not bad. 5.1, 5.18, 5.2, 5. So we're within a tenth of a millimeter on all of them, and that's not bad considering I tightened all these by hand and feel to get them all equal tension. It's not bad. Shows me that the tensions are pretty much even on my Z belts. So there you go. Handy little tool. QR code. If you want to, here I can. If you want to take a picture of the QR code, here I'll put it a little closer for a second and grab your phone or your camera, and that should focus right about there. So take a picture of that QR code, or I could, for instructions. There we go. Let me have a look at it real quick. QR code with my phone. Let's see what it says, if it has the comparison chart. Let's open it up. BTT Wiki. Introduction. It tells you how to use it. Before you start, zero measurement. We did zero it. Better enter belter reading in millimeters, tension. Oh, I see. So it's got a little thing here. So let's zoom in on the phone again here for a second. So it has a space here. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, better belter calculator. So if I click here, oops, maybe that's not it. I thought that was an actual calculator that I would enter it in here on where it says there. But you enter the reading in the blue area, which is not working, and it'll give you the actual tension in nanometers or whatever that end reading is. But where do you find that actual chart? GitHub link. I don't know. I'm not sure where you actually find that, but I'll look into it and see for next time. So my belts are loose. All Voron AB belts, minimum of 7.5 to 15 millimeters. Is that what you're saying? Millimeters, Big Bad Joe? Link for the calculator above the example photo. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Tension calculation table. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Oh, I can't see it. But yeah. We're going to do a draw in a minute here, guys. Just see if I can see this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I lost the window. I lost the window I was under on here. Where is it? Oh, right here. There we go. Tension calculation table. Didn't take me to the tension calculation table. Oh, there it is. It's an Excel, it's a spreadsheet. Oh, I get it. Okay. I'll have to download that and do it. So those are millimeters, 7.8 to 15. So all my this feels very tense, very, very tight though. If it needs to be tighter, I guess so, but definitely these ones maybe got to be tighter. I can get these up to 7.8. But okay, well, we'll look into that afterwards. We can tighten these belts after we get the head and everything on. So I'm just going to turn this off for now. But yeah, it's a pretty cool tool. That's literally the first time I've used this. So we'll talk about belt tensioning further on as well as we move on and get this going and get starting to tune it and everything. Once we get filament flowing. My belts are definitely loose. Yeah, I suppose so. Okay, I agree, but we will look into that. I promise you we'll look into belt tensions when the time comes to do some tuning on this thing. Meantime and in between time, let's do a draw and then we'll continue trying to get this head mounted. Because we spent a lot of time taking that apart and talking about belts and stuff, so I don't want to take too much more, you know. I'll mind you, this is an educational channel, educational stream. We're all learning as we go. So here we go. Okay, let's get the draw going. You guys know the rules. I'm going to sit down for a minute because my legs, are starting to give out. Belts and suspenders. There we go, belt and suspenders. But I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look that up. Actually, maybe after the draw, I'll look that chart up on the computer so I can actually see it on the computer. But let's get all these hot end parts out of the way here. My skizzers. And let's go ahead and do a draw. We're going to see last week's winner, which is kind of cool. Where's the link to enter? There is no link to enter, Rebecca. Just be patient. Hang on 1 second. You're going to see something pop up on your screen in a minute. And you're going to say, oh, that's how I enter. Okay, here we go. Hang on. And so last week's winner was Timor 714, which is cool. Now you're going to instantly get entered. You'll get your code instantly tonight after you win, and we're going to reset. And there we go. Type hashtag filament in the comments to join. So type hashtag filament in the comments, and you'll be automatically entered. You'll see your name scroll up on the screen there, and you're entering to win Polymaker Filament. Oh, well, basically what you're going to win is, if you're in the US, you're going to win a $35 US Polymaker gift card. If you're in Canada, you're going to win a $45 Polymaker gift card. I believe US and the rest of the world is 35 US, and in Canada it's $45 Canadian. So there you go. As you enter, you're going to see your name pop up there, and I wish everybody good luck. This is just much easier for me to have the entries go this way, and that way you get to see a little spinny wheel do its spinny thing. Well, not really a wheel, but your names are going to go by going. And how many seconds have I got it set to spin for? We'll make it exciting. Spin duration, I'm going to make it, I've got 15 seconds. We're going to make it 20-second spin duration just to make it a little more exciting. 19 and 20, 22 seconds. We're going to spin it for 22 seconds to bring the drama. 32 people entered 32 people entered so far. Click that entry button, or type in, click that entry button. Type hashtag filament to win. Hashtag filament to win. You. And I wish everybody luck. 42 people watching, 34 entries. Do not be late. We're going to give folks, we are at 6:41 my time. We're going to give folks 2 minutes more to enter, and then we're going to do the spin. And you're going to email me at the email address that I'm going to put on there as soon as you win, whoever you are. When you win, you're going to email me at dwit3dcanada@gmail.com, and I'm going to instantly send you your winning code. Instantly. 37 people entered, 43 people watching. Somebody just popped in. If you just popped in, you're just in time to enter the draw. But don't win it if you just popped in, because that'll really rub everybody that's been watching since the get-go. That'll rub everybody the wrong way. And we don't want that, do we? Do we? Let's see. Better buckle up. Okay, what else is going on here? I'm missing all these comments now because I've been watching the draw. Hit the like button too. Yeah, hit the like button for sure. You know, the truth is, and it's a fact, if you hit the like button before you enter the draw, it doubles your chance of winning. Okay? There's no scientific proof of that, but hey, that's a good point. Both of them. 23 seconds are rigged. Hey, I can make it 2 minutes if you want that thing to spin for 2 minutes. And you get the firecracker sound at the end with confetti. You do. 99 seconds icon? Well, I don't know how many. 20 minutes, Nick? I'm just reading back the previous comments. Takes a minute for your name to show. That's true, it does. Sir McSquishy, thank you, Polymaker and Dwit3D Laser, for doing this. Fueling the addiction. You're welcome. And yes, thank you so much, Polymaker, for allowing me to do this draw every live stream. And just because I said that, look at this. Here's the people that are helping out with today's build and with this series with the Jabberwocky. Audio Motors did send me the Jabberwocky. You want to spin for 16.7555 seconds, Big Joe? We'll see if we can arrange that. We'll try and arrange that. Let's see, we have how many entries? 40 entries. There we go. That's better. 40 entries, 44 participants, and we got 1 minute to go. And we're going to do the draw. And I am going to say good luck to everybody who's entered, and may the best entry win. And I'm going to do the draw in 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, 46 people watching now. 6. You better enter quick. Type those fingers fast. 5, 4. Oh, 41 entries. 3. No excuses. 2, 1. We're spinning. Good luck, everybody. 22 seconds, I told you. It's going to be mixed up extremely well. Here we go. We're winding down to the winner. And the winner is... Da Vinci 1-0. Congratulations. Da Vinci, say something in chat. I know you've entered, but you might have just entered and taken off. Say something. Congratulations, Da Vinci. You want me to spin... Another CG wanted me to spin for pi. There we go. Da Vinci 10-1. Okay, Da Vinci, go ahead and email me at this email address, dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. It's in the chat right now. And email me right now, and I'm going to send you your code right away. Excuse me. Excuse me. I gotta need a drink of water. Congratulations, Da Vinci. As soon as I see that email pop in, and I'm watching right now, I'll send you your code. I have the email all ready to go. I just got to paste your email address in there. And you're on it. Good stuff. Congratulations, Da Vinci. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Now that that draw is done. And goodbye. There we go. And let's get back to work. Let's get back to what we're doing. And as I watch for that email to come in. So I am going to check where we're at with the build. And that is boom, boom. There we are. Go to my display. So we've done that. We've mounted it. We've tensioned the belts. We're going to work on the belt tensioning. So don't worry about that. Mount the tool head. Carefully align the Jabberwocky tool head with the cartographer mount, or in this case, the beacon mount on the carriage. Secure it with 2 M335 socket head cap screws through the front face. Secure from behind, from the rear side of the tool head. Install an M3x8 button head cap screw to lock the assembly in place. Installation complete. Your Jabberwocky tool head is now installed. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So we need M3x35s. Let's get back to this, and this is me. Costco sells Polymaker Filament now in the US? Wow, didn't know that. M3x35s. Let's see if I have a couple of them sitting around here. M3x35 button head cap screws. Probably right here. Socket head cap screws is what it said, right? Yeah. Oh, nice silver shiny ones too. These are special ones. Oh, I think I heard an email just come in. Hang on. I did. I heard an email come in, so here we go. Look at that. There we got Da Vinci's email. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. I am going to copy. Okay, let's copy that address. And Control C. Not what I wanted to do. I want to copy. And we're going to go into my draft. And we're going to go paste. And I am going to say send. It is on its way. And you can confirm in chat if you do receive it, no problem. Probably too much info, but that's okay. But hey, you know what that info is going to get you? That are brand new this week? That info might just get you, no guarantees when, might just get you a brand new DeWitt 3D and laser sticker. Ooh, the crowd goes, ooh, look at this. Check them out. Do it 3D and laser stickers. Look at that. Beautiful stickers. If I happen to have a mailing address, hey, you just never know what's going to happen. Those are brand new this week. I also have the regular ones, which are the round red ones, but I don't know where I put those. But I owe so many people some stickers. So if you're out there and you haven't received a sticker or something else I owe you, it's coming. Trust me. I've been really busy. So anyways, Da Vinci, you should have your code anytime. Just let me know when it pops in and you get it. And that way we're all completed with that. Perfect. Okay, so let me get here and here and here. Close that, and there we go. And I can minimize this and get back to what we're doing. So we're going to mount this with M3x35 screws from the front and an M3x8 from the back. So let's get to mounting. Okay, and then we'll worry about wiring another time. Down to 35 viewers goes to show people lurking and coming just for filament and not actually supporting the entertainment. I stay until the end. Thank you so much, Icon. That happens on any stream that's giving away things. People learn the fact that you're giving away something and they know approximately what time it is. What I need to do is maybe next time switch up the time. All right, Da Vinci, got the code and form filled. Thank you again. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for watching all the time. So, but yeah, Icon, I agree. And maybe, just maybe I need to switch up the time so that, hey, they come and, oh, the draw's been done already? When did you do it? Well, next time tune in and you'll find out when I did it. So maybe that's what's got to be done. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing mounted. We need the blue key, the blue Allen or hex key, and these are going to go through. This goes in, these are going through the top ones. Just want to make sure that these are mounting into these top ones because that's where the heat insets are. That's correct, and just make sure that's cleared, and that is correct. Just want to make sure those heat insets are square and that this is going to go in without problems, and that is right. It's a little snug, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on like so. Let's get these screws started through here. Just make sure that's going to be long enough. That should be. And in the right spot. That is in the right spot. And this one should be aligned as well. Okay. Is that actually tightening? Why is that not tightening? That cannot be turning that heat inset, can it? This one. Huh. Those are in the right holes. Definitely in the right holes. Okay. And we got to turn it around. Turn the printer around. Random and don't wait. Yeah, exactly. You missed it, Mark. See? You got to be here for the whole stream. We were just talking about people that pop in. We do the draw's over, and nobody comes back. Now those, I wonder if those belts, no, they shouldn't be interfering with the way this sits. It almost looks like this is sitting on an angle. But let me find that back screw where it's supposed to go in. M3x8 button head cap screw. Oh, that was one of these right here. Let me just grab this M3x8 button head cap screw. Yeah, sorry, Mark, you were just a little bit too late. And they just sent you the code. Now what to get? Well, that's your problem. That's a good problem to have. Okay, so on the back, this one here goes in underneath here. right in the middle in the hole. Maybe that'll pull that more square. No, what? Come closer, come closer. I want to show you where this is going into. No, I can't quite get that low with the camera. Turn the beat around. Let's see. No, it's kind of buried in underneath here. The screw is right in between these two heat insets you're seeing there. But it doesn't seem to actually want to tighten. And I'm wondering, come on, find the screw hole. Come on. Oh, okay, I need to just kind of take my light here. Hang on a sec. I'll shine some light on here. I just can't quite see the head of the screw there. There we go. Oh, that's a little better. But it doesn't seem to be. There we are. Now it's tightening. There we go. Okay, now that's in. That's in now. Okay, but maybe that's right. I don't know, but maybe that's just the design. That's tightened on the bottom. It's flattened in, but I don't know if you can see right from here the angle that this appears to be sitting at. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be more level, but it's in place. Let's see, these ones, I think I just didn't quite get these screwed down far enough to be perfectly tight yet. So let's just see if I keep going. I don't see them coming through up the top. And I wonder if that screw is long enough, if that's the right. Comes out no problem. Is that? That should be. It's hitting the threads, and I just want to make sure that that actual heat inset is not turning, and it's not. So it's like I'm bottoming out and not hitting the threads. Yeah, it's like this is too short. And it wouldn't be the first. Apparently there were a few issues with the instructions, so I'm wondering if this bolt is too short. That is an M335, which is what they called for. Let me see if I have an M340. Steve had the same issue? Okay, well I don't feel so bad then. Yeah, because that's bottomed out, but I think I do have a 40 here. 40 and a 40. Whoa, I just dropped the other 40. Why do I drop stuff? Here we go. Are these, in fact, let me just double check. Where did I just put the 35 that I took off? Right here. 35, okay, we'll go 5 millimeters longer and we'll see if it'll fit. The other side is grabbing the threads fine. The other side grabbed the threads, it tightened perfectly. The M38, not a problem at all. Okay, so let's try, let's see if this M340 grabs. And if it's a bit long, it's okay, because there's nothing in the back that it's going to hit. And there it is. Yeah, okay. That's tightened, M340. So the 35 is too short. Okay, let's pull this 35 out. That just, actually the whole thing just came off. So that back one didn't tighten. That back one didn't reach. Okay, so let's just see. And obviously this one's got to tighten more. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. Was I too low? Was I too low? Okay, why aren't you lining up with that hole? Let's pull this one out too. They don't seem to want to line up together with the hole. That one's in. Let's get on this side. Sorry, my head's going to be in the way for a second here. Okay, let's back this one out a bit more. Okay, and let's see if I can figure out why this one does not want to go in that same hole. What the heck? Something's going on here. What the heck? What's going on here? I gotta back, these holes don't look like they're lining up. Okay. Are they, I've got to do a measurement here. These holes are 25 millimeters apart, 20 millimeters apart. These holes are 20 millimeters apart, right here. So obviously I did something wrong, or these holes, the mounting holes, are 20 millimeters apart. You can kind of see that. Hang on. If I move this over a bit more, let's go from 70 to 90 millimeters. Those holes are 20 millimeters apart. The mounting holes that we need to mount to are 25 millimeters apart. 25 millimeters center to center. So, and I don't know what that back one screwed into. Oh, there it is there. Huh. So I've done something wrong. Just bought that BTT belt tensioner. Cool. Cool, Rob. So I've obviously done something wrong. I've either printed the wrong part, or because that is not lining up with this. And I don't recall there being two different. Huh. Now, let me see. What are these other ones? No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be these other holes, even though they are 25 millimeters apart, these two, because there is nothing. They would not send these into these holes. There's no way that they would thread these into these. No, these have got to go up. These top ones have got to. These top ones have got to be what's mounting the hot end on. These ones. So I'm going to have to look at that and see what's going on. So yeah, okay. Well, there's two scenarios. Two things are going to happen here. One of two things are going to happen. Either I have printed the wrong mounting part. They have updated some parts apparently since I printed all these parts. So I wonder if this is one of the issues that it had been come across with these parts, because I'm positive that this piece is correct. This one here. So that where we're having the issues is the Z2 holes here are 25 millimeters apart, and the holes to screw into on the rail are 20 millimeters apart. So hence, that'll never happen. That'll never work. And I don't know why this one went in the way it did, because there's nothing going through there to screw that in. So why? Anyways, we gotta answer some questions here. Figure out what's going on. I suspect. I kind of suspect that I might have printed the incorrect part, this part, incorrectly. And I'm wondering if this is anything to do with it. Oh, it is. This goes in here. Ah, silly me. I totally missed. I feel foolish now. No, I feel foolish. This is supposed to go in here. I feel real foolish now. This is supposed to go on here. This screws into here. And then my hot end mounts into here. Okay, how did I miss that step? Because I'm an idiot. How did I miss that step? Right there, I missed the step, totally, right here, look. Right there. If I blushed, I'd be red right now. You feel really foolish. Yeah, I do. I do feel foolish. Foolish. Okay. Blah, blah, M316s. Let's get them in. Let's do that. Let's get this done so I don't fully embarrass myself too much. It's okay. I don't blush. You know what? It happens. It happens. Poop happens. I'm glad those other people that left after the draw weren't here to see that, because that'd be even more people watching me, you know, be foolish. So let's go ahead and do what's supposed to be done here. Here. There we go. So that makes a little bit of sense, that this goes here, like so. I was wondering, what the heck? That tightens in there. Here, let me be real. Like, let me just get something here. Hold on. Hold on. Is it this one? Yeah. My wrist is getting sore, so I'm gonna do the lazy man thing here. There we go. Everyone's still here. Nobody cares about free filament. Good stuff, guys. And this one down here. There, and one more. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I'll cut that part out of the actual video. Ah, what video? And there we go. Okay, now let's get those original 35 millimeter screws. Oh man, 35. That was these two right here. That one and this one. These two funky looking ones. Let's put this on here. Like so. It's probably why it was crooked too. And this goes into here. Okay, we're going into the side one right here. Why, oh why, oh why? What's holding that? Is the wiring. Oh, is the wiring holding that from sitting down proper? It should sit just like that. Okay. There we go. And this one should fit just like that. Oh, and it's more straight. It's more straighter now. There we go. And there we go. That's better. Now the back one. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, let's go around the back again. And now that back one should actually fit in a hole. Right through here. Right through there. And that pulls the bottom of the hot end. There we go. Ah. Now we're rocking. Now this is level. Much more leveler than it was. There we go. Now the hot end is mounted. Now the hot end is mounted. Are we sure Tim is working on the correct Voron? Oh, you mean this was supposed to go on the Trident? Crap. Anyways, we got it done. We got it mounted. Now we're going to work on the electronics next week, which is going to be the really fun part. I'm going to have to do a bit of research on it. This part here should... would they use Gorilla Glue on this thing? On this umbilical? This should... Holy crap, what do you use? The heck? Here, hold on. This is going to be easier just to do that. This should be long enough. I'm just debating how this, whether this is just going to go through or down a drag chain or whatever. Anyways, we'll figure that out. Done, done, and done. I'm tooled out. Liking the hot end colors. Hey, you know, I'm glad you said that. Needs a beacon to Nighthawk cable as well. The beacon cable is right here. There's the beacon cable right there. Which I'm pretty sure... No, is this not... Is it a different cable? Beacon to Nighthawk? No, the beacon cable... The beacon is going to be a totally different beast. The beacon's not going to run through the Nighthawk. Is it? Wiki Central? Because the only other cable I have is the power. This is going to be the power to the whatever it is cable. And then I have, for some reason, I have a little mini 4-color, 5-color. I think this is almost like a stepper motor cable. And then I have a USB cable, which I believe is going to be powering the, I don't know. We'll see. Beacon can plug into the Nighthawk. It can? Oh. But I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Because the beacon cable's got to plug into the beacon probe. But you're saying I need a beacon, a cable from the little probe here up to the Nighthawk. And then the beacon cable that comes up can plug into the Nighthawk. So the Nighthawk can control the beacon is what you're saying. because yeah, something's got to plug into the little probe down here. And then so I'm looking up here and seeing what's available up here for plugs. Anyways, we'll look at that. We'll figure that out. I know the beacon has its own configuration totally, so the beacon will be hooked up to the toolhead board, won't it? I don't know. That's what we got to figure out. It wasn't before. It wasn't hooked up to the old toolhead board. The beacon was just hooked up directly from the Pi directly to the beacon probe. Beacon probe to the white plug on top of the Nighthawk. Oh, so I don't need this cable at all? Is what you're saying? That the beacon signal will come through this one cable? Is that what you're telling me? Ah. Okay. Okay, I get it. So this is going to run everything, including the beacon. Yep, that's it. Okay. See how little I know? But what fascinates me is that I'm looking at this that plugs into the Nighthawk. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 connectors for the most, as far as that goes. There's 4, I see 4 connectors that are going to run all these things on the hot end. How is that possible? Like, there's 4 wires, 1, 2, 3, 4 wires that are running from here. How is that possible? Like, that's replacing, that replaced, you saw that bundle of wires. Okay, wow. Maybe that's what this is for the probe. That's probably what this is. Okay, so yeah, because, holy crap, I'm having aha moments here. USB is serial, oh wow. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 wires for the beacon. This is probably, yeah, holy crap. Okay, well, see? That's why you guys are on here, to steer me in the right direction. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating how this stuff works. So I bet that's what that wire is for, is to go to the beacon probe. But we'll find all the instructions, all the pertinent and necessary instructions for this. I am learning so much as I do this. Short cable from the beacon up to the Nighthawk, cool. USB is just serial. USB is serial, just high-low. Other 2 is 24 volt. Okay, so we have the 2, which are the 24 volt, which are probably the bigger ones, and then the little ones. But you can run all that data up through the USB. That's incredible. Like all the different, it's just mind-blowing for me that 2 wires can replace 15, 16 wires that were running up there before. Wow. They should sell the kits with these things. Okay, anyways. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And I want to say one more time, congratulations to Da Vinci 10 right there, who won our draw tonight. Okay, thank you so much. I'm glad you got your coupon already. It's awesome. You also need 5 volt. Okay, cool. Wow. We'll figure all this out. That's probably what this little thing is here, is to get 5 volts to it. USB adapter, PCB. Anyways, it just blows my mind. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you again, Polymaker and LDO Motors, for allowing me to make this stream and allowing me to give away filament. And I will talk to you guys next week. We're just going to basically pick up exactly where we left off tonight. I'm going to try and do a little bit of research for the electronics underneath and see what we got to do. But thank you, everybody, for guiding me the right way. I appreciate that. All your suggestions, you guys are educating me as I go along, educating myself, and preventing me from doing stupid things. So thank you so much. You guys have a great week. We'll talk to you guys next Sunday. Take care for now.